Shit. Shit.
Did you say that you can't
Me?
prove a negative?
You're
Do you,
you didn't answer
have
my
you made?
question, and it's questionable. That's a different argument. We
So
were
let me
talking
get let
about
me get
something else.
straight. So when I have a conversation with you, you stall. You only want to circle back to your original little bullshit thing. That's like you've already said a million other things
Because you
after that.
skipped over it.
So
You
straight. This is
skipped
how you would
over.
want to run a conversation. Well, hold on. I'm just being.
You
Look.
skipped
I'm
over.
just trying to take you serious,
Is
man.
this
I'm
how
trying to
you've
just
survived
understand
on
your.
this server all these years? Because
Trying
you're
to
so
understand your
entertaining?
psychology. I just want to understand your psychology. So this is what you want to happen. You want to come in
Bro.
here. You want to just circle back to your original dumbass claim after you've made 1,000
No,
other
no. Your
like
dumbass claim.
no that are super contentious, right? But if
Liar.
anyone picks up
Now you're
anyone
lying.
if anyone hold on, if anyone picks up on any of your little
Dude, you're
bullshit,
lying now. Now you're just lying.
I'm not lying. What the fuck? Listen to this guy. He's like,
You
what have I lied about? Are you fucking
okay?
kidding
All
me?
right, all right. I could tell you why. I could tell you where you lied.
Listen, you're starting to
Are
piss
you
me
are you
off.
ready?
I doubt
Are
you're
you
going to be
ready?
able to. I doubt you're going to be able to do that. First of
I
all, so let me
I
just
okay.
get back
I'm
to
gonna
what I was saying.
no. I'm gonna reiterate the conversation to
No,
you.
no, no. I'm not really interested in the dark talking
Yeah.
stuff,
So you're
dude.
escaping.
You
You're
can't have a back
escaping.
and forth if you can't let go of what it was just said or whatever your little dumbass
Dude,
talking point, which
you know what,
obviously
bro?
is going to be
Listen to
retarded
me.
anyways. It's not going to be well thought out.
Listen to me.
It's just going to be some garbage position that you just thought of like 2
I
seconds
tell you
ago.
what.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you talk, and I'm gonna let the room see how far away you go from that first claim that you made that you know me and why I'm an atheist by the sound of my voice. Go.
See, he's like, I'm gonna win this one. I'm gonna win this one. If I just stay on this topic, he's overstretched his boundaries. He said that my voice revealed that I was a homosexual atheist. Listen, dude.
Right.
Do you?
Go ahead.
Okay, fine. Do you? If that's where you want to go, fine. You
Go
think I can't
ahead.
defend this bullshit? Okay.
Go
First of
ahead.
all, have you ever heard anyone with Down syndrome speak before?
Oh, that's quite a.
So you can't.
Whoa.
Answer the
What?
question.
So you can't even answer a yes or no question. This isn't going well.
Does that question
So
have anything to do with what I asked?
It's called
well,
building
you're
a
going to
case.
find out because we have to
All right,
build
go
towards
ahead. Go
things.
ahead. I'll let you do it. Go ahead.
Yeah, you should let me do it. It's called being
You're right.
honest interlocutor.
Go
You
ahead.
should try it
Go ahead.
sometime, Dick.
Go ahead. Go
Do you
ahead.
think
I'm
that
trying it
people?
now.
I already asked you the question. Just answer it, or you can't remember. You can't remember the question, or should I
Have
ask it
I
again?
ever known anyone with Down syndrome? Was that the question?
That was the question, motherfucker. Are you stupid? I said, do you think you can tell someone has Down syndrome by the sound of their voice?
Do you want to be
Yes
a decent interlocutor or a
yes or no?
charitable interlocutor? Is
No.
what
The best way to be charitable is for you to directly answer a yes or no question. So you're not being charitable, motherfucker. All right, go back and answer the yes or no question.
Yes, several.
What do you mean several? That's not an answer to the question. I didn't ask how many people
Ma-
you knew that had Down syndrome. I
Did you
asked if you
ask?
could tell that they had Down syndrome merely by the sound of their voice. Is it possible? Yes
Yes.
or no? Yes,
It's
of
also by
course
the
it is.
sound of their voice, and it's also by the sound. It's also by being in front of them as well.
No,
I
no, no,
also
no,
know
no.
Down.
It doesn't.
Dude,
Listen, you could tell someone has Down
can I
syndrome
can I
without
can I
necessarily being
can
in
I
front of them.
answer your question with a fully? I'd appreciate it.
No, you don't have to be in front of them, Dick. You just said it was
Hold on.
evidence. We're
Hold
only
on.
talking about evidence.
Hold. Ask me the question again and allow me to elaborate on my
Look,
answer if you don't mind.
we're not, I don't know what game you think this is, but you're not going to like tell me what question to ask you. That isn't how this
No,
works.
I'm telling you how I would like to answer it if that's okay. If I
Let's,
could actually elaborate.
this is even further evidence that you're a homosexual and have been molested. Just you're piling it on now because you're like, I just want to clarify. Can I please just, can I just please clarify?
Yeah.
Shut the
Okay.
fuck up, man. Get your
Cool,
fucking
man.
hand out of your pants, you little queer.
Cool
Just
story, bro.
listen to what's being. Okay, are you? So you're not even trying to be an honest interlocutor anymore. This is. Do you see
Ask me
how
the
garbage
question.
I am?
Ask me the question again.
I just asked you the fucking question. Look,
Can
do
you
you think?
ask me
I'm gonna
again? Because obviously I misheard
oh
you.
my
So ask me
god,
again.
dude, what's wrong with you? Okay, so listen.
And
Do you
okay,
think?
you wouldn't will you let me elaborate on the answer or no?
Why is it so important? We're trying to get somewhere, not fucking lollygag around your dumbass mind about whatever the
Because
fuck you think is
I've
pertinent.
known a lot of different Down syndrome
Holy
people, and I can
shit.
tell
Do you
you.
see the struggle right now? The struggle is so real. You're this retarded. No one can even have a
Wow.
conversation with you.
Just
answer the question so we can move forward?
No one can
Okay,
even
fine.
have a conversation with you, man.
Yes,
Do you
yes, you
understand this?
can. Yes, you
This
can
is a terrible blow
you
against.
can tell
This is a
someone has
terrible
Down
blow
syndrome.
against you. You're just
Keep
you
keep
can't
move
even have a
keep
conversation with me.
moving.
Look, dude, you need to take a break for tonight. I think you need to
I
just
could
go like do meditate for like 45 minutes, get your shit together, think about what you did wrong tonight, come back tomorrow and just try to be honest. Just try to
yeah,
live
okay.
as an
All
honest
right.
individual.
Go ahead.
All right, I'll
Come
see you
on now.
tomorrow.
Oh,
Goodbye,
you're
dude. Have
bail.
a nice.
Oh, so you're running
No,
away.
no,
You're
no.
gonna run
You
away.
just promised me you were going to do
No,
45 minutes of meditation. You were going
you
to
ran
re-examine your life and
away.
come back tomorrow and try to be. What?
You just ran
I
away.
ran away, dude. I was just asking you straightforward yes or no questions so we could build on something and
You
have a
are
logical
such a
discourse.
liar. Want me to
What have
want
I
me to know how I
lied
could
about? Okay, what? Okay, what have I lied about?
you lie about
Name
me
one.
being a dishonest okay. You lied about me being a dishonest interlocutor.
Dude, you fuck, Jovan. Does this guy strike you off as the most honest interlocutor we've ever talked to? This guy, or is he
That's not
more
what I
towards the?
said.
No,
I
I'm saying,
didn't
are you
say
more toward?
anything
Oh,
about
I'm just saying, are you
I
more? I'm
didn't
just
say
asking
I was
another.
the most
So I
honest
can't even ask
interlocutor you'd
another.
ever known.
I can't even ask another
Is this
respected
how you do
member of
it?
the whether or
Is
not
this
they
how you do
interpret
it?
you. No, I just want
Because
to know.
you're misleading him.
Look, dude,
You
is
just
this a good
misled him.
exemplar? Jovan, is this kid been a good exemplar of a great honest interlocutor or a dishonest little piece of shit? Which one, dude? Which is the better exemplar of?
I'm like stuck in between dishonest or just really, really, really dumb.
There's no way you're this dumb. Actually, there probably is ways that you're this dumb.
Jovan,
I
can I
mean,
ask you a question? Because I don't know you that well. Can I ask you a question quickly?
God, you
Yeah, go
sound like
ahead.
such a
Did
homosexual, dude.
did Seamus claim that he could tell my life story by the sound of my voice?
No, I could tell. I
He
didn't say
didn't say
that.
that.
He said he knew that I was an atheist and he knew why I was an atheist, right?
But
Yes.
that's not your life story,
No,
or
he
is it?
said he
Well,
didn't even
that was
say
his
that was
initial
because of the
claim.
sound of your voice.
Yes, that's what he exactly what he said.
No,
I
he
could
said he
tell
knew
by
you were gay by the sound of your voice.
he said I can tell that you're why I could tell you're why you're an atheist because you got molested by someone.
No, he said
That's
you're
why you're an atheist.
probably an atheist because a priest touched you. He didn't say he said
Okay.
tell that because of the sound of your
All right.
voice.
Is that much different? No, he said he could tell that. I said, "How do you why would you think that?" And he said by the sound of your voice.
He just said that part, Javon.
And that's what I want to address.
Shamos, what did you say? Can you clarify?
Yeah, I said that he sounded like a homosexual, and I was willing to bet that his atheism was on the grounds that he was touched by a preacher, just because he was so
Yeah,
insecure.
that's two different things. He said,
But it
but
wasn't
and
about
that's
his
exactly
voice.
what
I
I
was
said.
citing his insecurity. I was citing
We could
other. I was
address
citing.
Yeah,
both we
that's
could
exactly
address
what I
both of
said.
those.
Shamos said that you sound gay, but that's because of the sound. Well, yeah, Shamos said that you sound gay. That had nothing to do with you being touched as a child by a priest. That was a
Well,
totally different claim.
so I was addressing him knowing why I'm an atheist because I was touched by a priest. And he could tell by the sound of my voice that I'm a homosexual. And if I'm not mistaken, it's
Yes,
because of the
that's
reason
right.
that I was touched by a priest.
What?
So I could
No,
tell
those
you that
those are two separate claims.
okay, let's address the claim that he knows why I'm an atheist.
I don't see. He never said he knew. He was just guessing.
Said, okay. And then I asked him how he knew that. And he said, I could tell by the sound of your voice, dude,
No, he
motherfucker. I could tell by
didn't.
the sound of your voice.
He said he
Dude,
knows
come
that you're
on.
gay by the sound of your voice.
Well, I'm not gay or touched by a priest. So he's wrong, right?
Yeah, but your effeminate voice is evidence that you're gay. It doesn't mean it doesn't. It doesn't
no, it isn't.
necessitate. It doesn't
I
necessitate
will
your gayness.
I
But it
can't
definitely.
address the claim that you think my voice is effeminate because maybe it is. And I know that some people have said that, right? I don't deny that. But I'm not gay. So what do you
Your
do now?
overall your overall mannerisms. You do stuff like Brenda. Like, can I please just clarify? Like, it's so important. Like the little
That's
fucking gay,
because you
like
run
the little
roughshod.
gay
You
appeal.
run
Like,
ru-
dude,
you gish
no, I'm
galloped
not.
over me like a fucking pussy.
No, I'm the most.
Before you
Yeah,
did.
I'm the
Not right
probably the
now you're
most.
not, but you
I give
did.
you more charity than anyone that's ever interacted with you. So what are you talking
Oh,
about?
I highly disagree.
these guys are just gonna let you fucking bullshit around. They're not gonna call you on anything. It's just you're gonna
You
feel
mean
good
new
after the
you mean new
conversation.
people that show up
It's
in
gonna
your
feel good after
security
the
room
conversation. No, I want you to
where you
leave and
feel
feel
safe?
dirty. I
Where
want you
you
to
feel
leave and feel
safe?
like, what'd you say?
That'll never happen.
What were you saying, dude?
You don't like you always you do this to new people. I've watched you do it. I've listened here many
No, I
hours.
do this to
Here's
everybody.
what you
This
do.
isn't just
Yeah, yeah, right. But you always say these
okay. Show me.
people,
What do
these
I do?
people.
What do I do? You've observed a lot of me, apparently. What do I do?
You just talk and talk and talk over until you overwhelm your interlocutor until they don't even know what they're supposed to say because you gish gallop.
I feel
Yeah, but
embarrassed right now.
but I don't do that though.
You just did it. The first
What?
10
Ask
minutes
you
of this
yes or no
conversation, that's
questions
what
that
you
you
did.
avoided for 15 minutes?
You couldn't
You
even
know?
come up with a question until you asked me about the Down syndrome person.
You said something like when I asked you, so we were like, "Oh my god, what the fuck, dude, for real?" And then Jovan's like, "Dude, answer the question." And then they were like, "Okay, yeah, I'll answer the question." And then you needed like more coaxing, and then you finally answered it. It's like,
Yeah, and so what? So we were going to move forward, right?
would anyone
So,
want to
so
talk to
I
a
was
person
will
that
I was
literally couldn't even answer a yes or no question? And they're like so fucking motivated that they just like are so like scared there's some gotcha
I'm
around the
really
corner that
not
they
that.
just can't
See, now
answer
you're
anything.
now you're gish galloping.
You don't even know what
You're
gish
pu-
galloping is, man.
you're making you just made 3 or 4 claims that totally just made it impossible to answer you. I'll answer your question and we can move forward. Can I tell the sound of a guy with Down syndrome or a person with Down syndrome by their voice? Yes, usually, not always.
Yeah. Look, that just means it's not necessary. Okay, we're just saying it provides evidence. Okay, so if you hear
Provide some
someone talk
evidence. Yes.
if you hear someone talk in that way, is it evidence that they have Down syndrome? Certainly is. Okay, because I mean, unless you think that people just talk like that, you know, just for the hell of it, you know, and I'm sure that some people do, but I'm sure that the people that do, uh, don't do
Is
it
it
with the frequency that people that actually have Down syndrome. And so, I mean,
possible?
what's that?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, do you
Go
think
ahead. I'm
someone,
sorry.
do you think you can hear someone and know that they speak and know that they haven't had a high school education? Likely that they haven't.
Sure, that's possible too.
Okay, so why can't I listen to your voice and think you're gay?
You can
Why is your voice not evidence that you're gay?
because you need more evidence than that to actually prove that I'm gay.
No. I didn't ask how much evidence I needed to prove it. I asked, is it?
It could be evidence. It depends on the person who's listening to me talk. For you, it's evidence. For some, it may not be. Have you ever spoken to a Down syndrome person who doesn't sound like they have Down syndrome, but they look like they have Down syndrome? So you know from that instead? Hello?
So is your voice evidence that you're gay?
Nope.
So people's having effeminate voices aren't evidence that they're gay. Do gay people oftentimes have effeminate voices to some
Yes.
frequency more than
Do
the
all
more
do
than the
all
regular
gay
male
people have
population?
effeminate voices? Do all gay people have effeminate voices?
Yeah, I never said it was necessary.
That's
Why
a
do you
yes
keep
or
on?
no. That's a yes or no
No,
question.
no. What it means to not be
Okay.
necessary is a no to that question. I'm sorry you
I
don't understand.
understand. Okay, fair enough. No, I do. I
No
just
one's
wanted to
ever
make
claimed
sure.
that. No one's ever claimed that. Listen, look, I'm going to put it in a great, nice, compact syllogism for you that everything's going to follow.
Okay.
Okay. So here it is. It's true. We both agree that hearing a certain type of effeminate voice from a man gives evidence that they're homosexual. Okay, it doesn't necessitate, it doesn't mean that they have to be
Correct.
homosexual, but it is evidence towards that thesis. Okay, now if I've judged your voice as effeminate, your voice would be evidence for you being a homosexual, correct?
Yes, from your
I've
perspective in
judged your
that
voice to
moment,
be
yes.
effeminate. I've judged your voice to be effeminate. What follows from that?
Okay. That you
I
think
asked you
I'm
a
gay?
question. Yes! Yes, I do. For those very reasons that we've all agreed on. Thank you.
Right, but how could you possibly know that to be true just from that? And why would you treat me as such? And clearly you have issues with gay people. Why would you treat me as such in your negative tone when you and claim that I'm an atheist for reasons due to some sexual mistreatment? This is how this started, right?
You said you
We were
listened
talking
to this guy a lot?
we were talking about the ERA, correct?
What the
You
fuck
s-
is that? Shay
you
left like an
said
hour
you
ago to tell
said
us to define that, and we still haven't got a definition for what
they're
it
still
means. And she
talking
left.
about it in the
I've
chat.
been talking today about the ERA and the text. Just
Just
read
shows
back.
how much of a cunt
You
Shay is.
said,
Like, oh, let me
here's
go
what
get
you
a
Shut up,
said.
definition.
Shamo.
Let
I
me
want
go
to
get a
tell you what you
definition.
said.
Put
Can I
my
tell you
foot in
what
my
you
mouth. And
said?
she never comes back with a definition. Shut up, man. God damn it, shut up for a second.
I
She
thought
never came
okay.
back with a definition. No one knows what ERA is. Shay, are you going to give us this definition or what? Because I'm curious what this means.
Amendment is the ERA, Shamos. It was written by Alice Paul in 1923 during the height of the women's suffrage movement as a way to distinguish women's rights from the 14th Amendment.
So what
Ann
does this all
Coulter,
mean?
Naomi Watts, all those people, it's a redundant law.
And so
That's
I
why it's never
answered your question when you said, who needs human rights? Who needs equal rights? That's what your question was. And I said, people. And you came at me and started claiming that I was A, B, and C.
3.
Who is it for? Women?
The Equal Rights
Everybody.
Amendment was written by Alice Paul in 1923 in order to make the 14th Amendment more distinguishable based on sex. It's redundant, it's not needed because all it does is basically, in simpler language, repeat what Article 14 says, which is that all people are equal under the law and guaranteed due process.
Kathleen, doesn't it use the word male? The
Says
14th
that
Amendment.
equal protection shall not be denied based on sex.
No, not the ERA. The Article 14.
In section 2 of 3, it uses the word male when dealing with how to appropriate people towards Congress. And that was taken care of in the 1920s. So again, we don't need
How
the
is it
ERA
taken care of?
because we now allow women to hold office.
But it's not in the Constitution.
What's not in the Constitution?
It's still stated as male, right?
Doesn't matter. We
It
have
does
jurisprudence.
matter.
No, it doesn't.
Why
No, it
does
doesn't.
what do you
Because
mean
we
it
have
doesn't
legal
matter? Are
precedent
you
that
kidding?
says that has
Do you
been
know what bullshit?
reinterpreted.
Do you know what manipulation is? Do you know how people have taken words
Do
and
you know
twisted them to the way they
do you
want
know what legal
and caused
precedent is?
say it again?
Do you know what legal precedent is? When the Supreme Court says this is how we're going to do things from now on?
Was it ever tried?
Was
that
what
issue
ever
ever
tried?
You're saying
Was
legal
what,
precedence.
ERA?
Was there ever a case brought to the court where they debated or were they I'm not a lawyer, okay? Where they argued, where they whatever sued for, the meaning of the word male in the in that.
Multiple cases.
Is there any legal precedent to that?
Multiple cases.
Really?
The whole reason that we have the 19th
Like what?
Amendment is because they couldn't shirk it through the court in the 1890s.
Why couldn't they? What do you mean? They put in the 19th Amendment, that's for women to vote. I know that. I have that remembered.
Yeah, the
So that
whole
was
reason
because,
that we have the 19th Amendment is because
first
women
of all,
could.
why are you upset?
Don't interrupt me. The
I
reason that we
will.
have
I don't like the way you're
the
talking to me.
the
Why are
reason
you
that we
upset?
have the reason that we have the 19th Amendment is because women couldn't get the courts to rule that they were equal in voting privilege, the ability to hold higher office. But that has absolutely nothing to do with the ability to apply yourself with due process, which is what the ERA is about. The ERA isn't about holding office or voting. It's about due process.
I didn't
We already
say it
have
was about.
law for due
Nope.
process. It's called Article 14. Thank you, slavery.
Well, I can't imagine that it's been brought up for so long for no reason. I can't
The
believe that there's
only
just a crazy
people who
bunch of
bring up
crazy, PMSing women that just want to,
the
get the
only
Equal
people
Rights
who
Amendment
bring up
just
the
for the sake
ERA
of
are radical
being fussy.
feminists. The
Are
only people who
feminists
bring up the ERA are radical feminists.
radical?
Yeah, radical
All they're
feminists.
asking, hold on, let me repost.
Naomi Watts. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. The ERA is a redundant law, it's humiliating, and it needs to stay dead. Go read the Constitution.
I don't have time to read the Constitution.
It's not a long read.
I don't have time right now, sweet. I don't have time.
We'll read it tomorrow. It'll take you about an hour and a half.
You know how long it'll take her to fucking read it.
Reading the Constitution is not going to answer this question, really. All it's going to do is just show me that there is no specific mention in the entire Constitution of specifically the issue of sex equality.